Recently there was a reaffirmation of the communal land rights of the Maya, so the world is watching them to see what they're going to do now that they have more power. They have the Alcalde Association, they have the Village Council Association, that's in our Constitution. They also have the support of the Supreme Court, so they have a chance. And Mr. Ak is raring to go. He has the new council, and Mr. Chun will tell you a little bit more about this this involvement. I know Mr. Ak has an important meeting that he's going to go to, so we'll go over and we'll talk with Mr. Ak and we'll look at some of our arts and crafts, and we're hoping that if Cultural Survival can do a story on this and people want to come down and experience the Village Guest House Eco Trail program, where you stay in a Mayan guest house in a village and have the time of your life, or you can send down and get some of the products that we sell. We'll have a website, we'll go over the eBay, it'll go into the bank, and it'll help to fund this wonderful thing that's happening. I've been watching Cultural Survival for many years, and the whole indigenous movement all around the world, and as far as I know, this is really something. The United Nations recently hailed this binding as one of the greatest things for indigenous people in the last decade. So I think the time is right, and we have everything in place, but we need some funding. Mr. Ak would be able to come in here more time during the week if he had funds. Mr. Chun will explain the same thing. They're both hard-working men. They have, Mr. Chun brought many beans and things from his field today. We hope to show you that. But they are not wealthy men. Mr. Ak has spent so much time for his communities without getting paid, but we need a small stipend to get this program set up, so if we do get an article and people start writing us, we'll have a stock of items to send back in the mail. It costs 60 cents to send the 2 earrings, a paper, and the friendship bracelet in an envelope with a stamp from Belize directly to the consumer. So Mr. Ak, I know you have this meeting coming up. I'm wondering if you would be able to tell us, I think you've stated everything pretty well. I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to mention to this gentleman?
Actually, Mr. Jet, I think it's an opportunity for us now. If it would go, it's good for the association, or for me also, as you mentioned, that there is a lot of time it's spent on my own, and which I'm not getting paid for. It's true what you said. No, I have a family to mind. I have students in high school, university, and it's a pressure for me. So I would want to see a fruitful projects to come through, that which I could, benefit from it also, yeah, and my community in a whole, so that and I'm available for information at any time. And as I said, couple more weeks, by the beginning of January, we're supposed to get our email address to the village council, and also a personal email address for myself. I will be doing that in the next 2 weeks or so. So by starting January 1st, we will be having an email address for the DAVCO, yes, and on my personal email.
I also understand, I believe you told me earlier, that you've already received a letter from the Peace Corps offering volunteer assistance if your committee would accept it.
Yes, we already sent in the application. As I said, that I have support from the president from the National Association, and he is helping me a lot, and they are the ones that have me on the stage. Mr. Dawson is the national president for the village council, and as I said earlier, I am on the national board also. I'm the treasurer for the National Association for Village Council. So I'll be traveling to Belmopan at least twice a month, okay, to see the affairs of the national. So automatically I'm responsible for Toledo and also for the national. So it's a wider picture, and I believe that people of Toledo, the Village Council of Toledo, will have good use. They have an opportunity right now. I sit on the national level and also on the district level, and I believe that it's an opportunity for Toledo. I believe during my time, we will move a step forward. And I want to see to it that more than appreciate if they could fund us, find a little funding because the association is not, it's a non-profitable organization.
It has no
But,
budget.
it has no budget. So that's why I'm seeking for budget. I'm seeking for financial assistance.
Well,
Any way possible could help me.
let me go and take one more minute of your time right now, just to be sure that everyone understands. In the past, we've had so many NGOs and so many helpers that have come to try and help us, and it just hasn't worked. So what's different about this is that they've never really come to help the Village Council Association. They all had their own agendas.
Exactly.
And they weren't, as you said earlier, a lot of them were appointed or certainly weren't elected by the people. So this is really different if we can get support for this association, isn't it? It's never happened before that we know of. I'm wondering, you know, we do have all these NGOs, and we have this new thing that was made 7 years ago to kind of control and coordinate all the NGOs and the funders. That was the Toledo Development Corporation. But what's going to happen with those different organizations? You have this People's Plan that has come up from the people over all these years, the People's Eco Park Plan. What happens with the organizations? Like I see, you're going to use Peace Corps. Are you going to use these other, like the Sustainable Harvest and the Plenty and other groups that are dedicated to farming and different things?
Actually, my plan is to work together, to work with them, because they are they are organized NGOs, and I believe they are for Toledo, so we need to work together.
Yes, and in the past, they've tried that, but they started that, they instigated that. And it didn't work.
It didn't work. But
now it's going to be, you were welcoming, they used to go to you, and like you said before, they go to you and say, this is our plan, this is what we want you to do, and you tried to help them. But now you want to go to them and say, this is our plan,
yeah,
and this is how we want you to help us.
Yeah.
And do you think that they will come in to help like that, or will they try to fight it? Because they're pretty powerful right now. They do their own thing now. Do you think they're ready to come in? And what if one of them says, no, we don't want to work with you? I think most of them will. But what if someone said they didn't want to work with you?
Well, automatically you will find that some of these NGOs will not want to work with we, because it will affect their power. Because actually, when I think about it, the Village Council Association is a very powerful association, and that is why they will always try to keep us down. But if we got a very good idea and plan for this community, we will do our thing.
And you will include them, you will invite them in, so we can all work. I know your idea is always to work with everyone. So we make that clear, you know, there are 6 essential items that we need to do this plan. We need the human and natural resources, we have them. We need a good plan that's sustainable and shows how to fairly share the work and benefits. We use the Maya system for that, it works very well. We have the NGOs to help us, we have the funders to pay the money, we have government departments here to help us. So we really have everything. We have a democratic country here, so we legally can do this. So all we really need is sensitive funders right now, somebody out there who can appreciate what Mr. Ock is saying and who he is and what this association is. Later, Reyes Chun will show you how the TEA is worthy of support. And I think that's it. If there are more questions, as Mr. Ock said, he'll certainly be available for answering them. And we just hope that whoever watches this film up there will follow it up. I'm sure if they follow it up, they will find there's much more to tell you that's good. We just don't have the time. So I guess that's it, Mr. Ock. Huh?
Yes, sir. Thanks very much, and I really appreciate the time, and then I hope something will happen.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Mr. Ock, for sharing so much of your passion about this project with us in this video series.